Hi, welcome to GBAC's January Global Race for Artificial Intelligence Boardroom Innovation video. This month, we will be looking at global markets from an artificial intelligence. Who are the leaders on the planet? We'll be focusing Estonia as a strategic artificial intelligence capital market. We'll look at some of the global trade risks that are impacting boardrooms, lessons from Consumer International, CES, the largest tech show on the planet, conference, lessons from there, and Davos. What are the leaders talking about and how you can help your boardroom plan for the upcoming year. We'll look at the new Apple strategy that's Tim Cook released this year. And we'll talk about some other our exciting Washington DC event coming up at the end of the year. Okay, so global markets. From artificial intelligence, there are 7 countries that are, according to Forbes, that are leading in artificial intelligence. USA, of course, being the number 1, neck and neck with China, Russia, Japan, Estonia, Israel, and Canada. From a markets perspective, if we compare artificial intelligence and how they're doing this year, 2018, USA, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, just breaking records because of the tax reform, new reforms in the USA, 36%, 32%, 28%, and that's one of the reasons that I have recommended it this month as a strategic capital market. By World Economic Forum, they're ranked number 1 as the best entrepreneurial hotspot. EU member, the smallest of the countries in the EU Union, 1.3 million only population. From a cybersecurity data governance perspective, they are the leaders on the planet, just really up there, 5th ranked on the planet, just after USA, Malaysia, Singapore, and Oman. So they're number 5th. And number 1 in Europe. So really strong data governance rules there. It's a digital society, their citizens are paying, they're filing their taxes, online, healthcare, voting online, 99.9% of the transactions, bank-to-bank transactions are occurring in the internet. The first country to say internet is a digital human right. And for artificial intelligence, they've really taken it to the next level. Self-driving cars have been there since last year, 2017, but now they're trying to legalize robots as a legal entity, a quasi, neither human nor as a social firm, but somewhere in the middle. That's legislation still going on. I'll keep you up posted over the months. So what does GBAC recommend? GBAC recommends really creating partnerships with the Estonian academic institutions and trying to find the talent and recruiting them on board. There's a global market shortage, about only 10,000 people on the planet that really are AI savvy skills that will be the next frontier. All right, when President Trump came into the power, he immediately canceled the Trans-Pacific Partnership. The 11 countries have signed an agreement. USA has gone on the other side with protectionist philosophy. And somehow President Trump also hinted during the World Economic Forum, his speech, that he may be open to joining the TPP if it comes into, if the deal is given to him more better. Realistically, I don't see that happening. What I do see that happening in the next 6 to 9 months is USA is going to be really growing, phenomenally, and countries looking at America as an investment to bring money in, not only the US corporations, but a lot of foreign, from Japanese and so forth. That was a discussion in Davos. For the next 24 months, President Trump will continue to have his one nation, one deal kind of thing, which is really not good for trade, but that's the world we're living under, and we have to make the most of it. So the main theme from CES and World Economic Forum regarding artificial intelligence, it's in full swing. Your products and services have to be incorporated. From a board perspective, I want to share 2 things, 2 sides of the coin. One, really looking at data and cyber governance, because there's all volumes over the internet. And I'll get into that in the next coming slides, just a little bit more in-depth detail. What do I mean? From CES, I want you to be mindful that on the left side, you're looking at the Mercedes hypercar, which is a hybrid car, autonomous cars and electric vehicles, and Intel's Volocopter, which is a drone basically with a man sitting inside, with 2 people capable sitting robots, and virtual reality. It's all powered by artificial intelligence. So the underlying technology is really, and the intelligence behind it, the software is AI. So that's the key to understand. This was further emphasized by Google CEO during Davos World Economic Forum, that AI, artificial intelligence, is more profound than electricity and fire. And true, with fourth industrial revolution, it's just going to make leaps and bounds. There's a big talent war between China and USA right now for grabbing talent. As I said, there's only 10,000 people on the planet capable of actually working on these jobs. Average salary, believe it or not, is between 300,000 to 500,000. I've seen packages of 1 million package, a salary for somebody artificial intelligence scientist or engineer. In China, the talent war is even more fierce, which there's a startup that is steal talent from the Baidu and the big Chinese internet companies, offering them a $3 million package. To put it in perspective, that's just going to create a fierce battle of talent. Jim Breyer, who's the Facebook former board of director, he said during Davos that his job is to find talented people and hire them. One thing I want boards to understand is really that artificial intelligence is going to level the field. It's not that just the developed countries and the emerging markets. Everybody, whoever implements it and really executes this perfectionly, will have a rise up the ranks with fourth industrial revolution. There's no going to be the have and the have-nots. Whoever gets this correctly done, executed, will be the thing. So what's the vision for next 5-10 years? Scary but true. I do believe that AI will disrupt every industry. This was the talk in Davos also, and let me explain you why. Cities of the future, sustainable cities like Dubai and so forth, they're upcoming. Mobile is the trend. Everybody's seen it. Mobile consumers are going to be marketed across the planet, customized with artificial intelligence, customized selling them, marketed them. Transactions are going to be happening over blockchain, and it gives a picture in the next 5-10 years. There's hardly any industry with digital transformation, digitization, that any industry will be ever safe from artificial intelligence disruption. So I am bringing it up there, as next month will be many corporations will be doing their boardroom agenda. So our recommendation for next month's strategy retreats is really having artificial intelligence, having a discussion with your CIO, with your top management about artificial intelligence, not on technology, but artificial intelligence, and have it on the boardroom agenda. Ask about mergers and acquisitions, because there are more than 70 countries that are funding it. Even in Africa, it's being funded. And throughout the continents, you have to go find the best deals across the planet. And how can we incorporate into our systems and products and services that are really AI knowledgeable? To understand from a board perspective, it's really about IT security governance. Data governance, because there's volumes of data that's going to be coming up with cyber breaches. It's going to be easier for hackers and so forth to breach you. But it's if you don't do it, you will be the brick and mortars company that will die out, like Toys R Us or other companies that just fade away with time. Amazon will continue to disrupt. Amazon is the largest company that's keep every Fortune 500 CEOs are scared that they're going to be disrupted by. It's one of the largest recruiters also for artificial intelligence. And from a boardroom perspective, understand, are you going to be the leader in your industry or the laggard? Just looking at your peer, if their peers aren't doing it, doesn't mean that the whole industry will be wiped out. There was a time typewriters was a big thing. The PC came, Microsoft's PC, and typewriter whole industry was wiped off. So I'm not talking about just companies. The whole industry can be wiped off, jobs of the future. Okay. Apple's innovative new strategies, something I really like. Tim Cook, the CEO in the picture here pictured, announced that Apple, being the largest company on the planet, will be investing $350 billion over 5 years in the USA, adding 20,000 jobs to manufacturing, and they'll be bringing back most of their cash, if not all, from overseas to the United States. That's the thing they're taking. Is President Trump's new tax law, and they're going to be using that as a one-time exception. They'll be paying $34 billion tax bill for it, and also they'll be creating a $5 billion innovation fund promoting manufacturing jobs. Something interesting, being the largest company on the planet, your pressure, you're seen from stakeholders much differently. Something he did very innovative while Davos meeting was happening. He announced, Tim Cook, with Malala Yousafzai, the Nobel laureate that was targeted, the girl that was targeted by Taliban to be shot. She has been really leading primary education and girls throughout the planet in Nigeria, Afghanistan, so many countries, Lebanon and so forth. Here pictured, they both met in Lebanon, and Tim Cook, Apple, is promoting and is partnering with them in in promoting education. I just believe that's the best corporate social responsibility example. There is two great leaders from the planet in total two different fields coming together and doing something great for girls and coding and education. It's just a win-win situation across the planet, and I love it. So cheers, be mindful. What does it tell us? Other companies have to follow suit, understand that not only bringing in the cash, you really have to balance corporate social responsibility, and buy-side investors are attracted to corporate social responsibility, and this is going to be part of the game going forward. Building infrastructure, investing in the USA, bringing jobs back, that is the key for the next 18 to 24 months. Under President Trump administration, I've been saying this for the last 2-3 years since when President Trump won this, in my columns, confidential columns and so forth, and that's just what I've been advising, and this is just now coming the fruit of it, the implementation of those things. We like to do things differently at GBAC. We're going to be bringing back our members from 59 countries, billionaires and Global 500 chairmen over a super yacht. We will be the first one to do it, a boardroom event over a super yacht. Date is September 21st to 22nd. Keep you posted. Speakers are going to be phenomenal. We will be discussing topics that shareholder activism and topics that are really outstanding, cybersecurity and other topics that are just phenomenal, and the global leaders. It will be at Davos in Washington DC kind of an event, as one of my members told me. And so keep you posted. If you are interested in attending, it's an exclusive event. Please email me, keep me posted. If you're interested in attending, we're keeping a very small audience to meet our exclusive members. We advise billionaires and Global 500 chairs and CEOs throughout the planet. And till next month, see you, and maybe the innovation be with you. Keep an eye out for disruption this year. It's going to be a disrupting year again, and all the best. Yusuf, Azizullah. Bye.